Most underrated Mario game in my opinion. Mario vs. Donkey Kong was an outstandingly original entry in this series for so many reasons. First of all, if you'll recall from like 100 segments ago, this is the successor to 1994's Donkey Kong for the Game Boy, which was a successor to the arcade Donkey Kong games. So if you start with the original arcade Donkey Kong and track the evolution of specifically that gameplay style, this is where we ended things off. So that classic legacy is obviously intact here, but by this point, Mario has become Nintendo's main man, obviously, so he's center stage while DK is tasked with the villain role. So the modern Mario legacy is represented as well. But what about modern DK? Well, he's here in his country design with the DK tie, so that's nice. But most spectacularly, this game's art style decided to utilize the Donkey Kong Country technique of converting 3D models into sprites, giving the game a 3D look even if it's in a 2D space. And I know it probably sounds inexcusably nerdy to think that all of these elements from Mario and DK's history fusing together is insanely cool to me, but man, shut up! Just listen to the cool, like, bossa nova styled title screen theme that mashes up the Mario theme and the Donkey Kong theme. It's cool, we never see stuff like this. But talking about the game itself, just like its predecessor on the Game Boy, there is a dizzying amount of level mechanics, enemies, and movement options afforded to Mario, making each level feel fresh and giving the game a much more puzzle-oriented pretense without losing the core of what you want in a platformer. Every encounter with Donkey Kong is so different from each other that by the end, it truly feels like a war of attrition between the two of them. I mean, just listen to how Donkey Kong screams when you hit him. Look at how sad he is when you beat him. I wish Donkey Kong's sound design was like this in all games. The personality in this game is completely off the charts. I should mention that a lot of the presentation and style I'm talking about in this segment is not represented in the game's remake that it got, which features far more traditional visual presentation and sound design. And there's a lot to like about the remake too. I especially really appreciate the inclusion of co-op. I don't know how this game has not taken its place among the pantheon of all-time great Mario adventures. I mean, I guess I kinda do. It's not really a mainline game, so it's easy to forget about. But that aside, it 100% deserves it.